Welcome back, everybody. I am here again, checking in from the Unorthoblocks server. My little village is starting to take shape. I've been adding in all these skyscrapers and things. I haven't done anything on the interior of most of these because I just haven't built it. I think I kind of like the way the outside is looking. Well, as you saw in the intro, I had a tiny little accident here. So I was building a item sorter to get all my chests and stuff out of here. And unfortunately, we had a lightning strike. And it took out all of my villagers. And I mean all of them. Everybody is gone. They all got witched. And then destroyed by the golems. So that is quite unfortunate because I need villagers to populate my village. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to get some villagers. So I guess before that, though, let me show you my item sorter. So I moved all the chests and stuff out of here. And we have moved into, we'll go in the side door, into here. So this is my item sorter. I've got a chest here. You put everything in the barrel. It gets kicked out. If we go back in here, where did you come from? Huh, interesting. So yeah, so everything goes into the barrel. And it gets kicked out through the little repeater thing. Up into the water flow up there. And then it flows across all of these chests. And it drops it off. So I've got like stone and stone brick and the andesite and granite and that kind of stuff. They all go into these chests. So I can hold 3 chests and some hoppers worth. Although I don't have near that much. And I've got the wood over on this side. And it's pretty straightforward, simple sorter setup that you've seen many times before. So that's nothing special. I've built this many times, so you've seen it many times. So that takes over this area. And then I did extend it, so the hopper goes out this way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way, Betty. And it goes over into my auxiliary storage room. So it's got some dirt and stuff, so it's the same old setup that is in the other one. So I got plenty of storage. And these actually have, I think actually, did I add multiple chests? Yeah, this one I put stacked chests. So as it fills up on the bottom, it will fill up all the way up. But I believe I've got the hoppers underneath each of the chests above it. So it can fill all the way up, but the items will always be down here at the bottom. And then this one here, I think, is the old. No, this one will do the same thing. So it'll fill up. So you only have to worry about the bottom chest. I have in the past built it so the way the hoppers were, they didn't. I think the hoppers went down and filled up all the chests going up. So you could end up with this chest up here full, but you couldn't reach it because it wouldn't filter down. So I changed up the design so the hoppers are underneath the chest. It takes up a lot more real estate up because you can't just stack the chests on top of each other. Because I'd have like 6 chests stacked here, and then I'd have hoppers going into the back of each one and fill it in. But then I'd have access to it from this side, which I didn't want this time. I want it to be nice and neat, so it's a bit cleaner. So I think this is much cleaner, even though it takes a little more space and holds less items. So this is the only interior, I believe, of all my buildings I've got set up. So I've got miscellaneous chests over here with junk. My temporary bed, since I haven't built a house yet. And then temporary storage and stuff. But I've kind of got my armor over here, some plants and stuff over there. Got some statues going on, and then just sort of miscellaneous stuff. It doesn't get sorted automatically. It's all manual. And then the food and wool. So that is my storage system. So before I try and figure out how to get more villagers over here, and I do have a couple ideas. One's might be easy, and the other might be more of a sure thing, but harder. So we'll try that once I get to that point. But before I bring the villagers over here, instead of putting them into their little pen over here, I think I'm going to actually build their houses for them. Since they can't really sleep in any of these, because if you go over, look in any of these buildings, like no doors to get in any of these. They're kind of like, I don't know, if like the old TV Western movie sets, where you just got the fake fronts. I don't know if you ever seen the pictures of the old Hollywood TV Western sets. You got the dirt road going through with all the buildings on either side, but once you get into the back side of the building, it's just a big flat sheet that looks like a house. That's what all these are. Because there are no doors. Actually, this one, oh, there are no, as I lie. This has a door here, so I could clear this out and populate, I guess. But all of these other ones, I don't really think I've added doors in any of these. Well, I guess there's doors here, but they go to nowhere. This is like Winchester Mystery House setup. Because it's like, there's a door. I'll put a door there, but it opens into nothing. Those open into nothing. I think I want to get rid of the stone and put diorite behind those. And this is a tiny door, which goes into nothing. And another one here. So there's a lot of nothing doors in this place. But I think it does look good from the outside. And if you just take a casual look at it, looks like a nice modern upscale city, which is what I was going for. But the houses for my villagers specifically are going to go in this spots here. I'm going to have one house. I got 1, 2, 3, 2 or 3. I think I can fit a house here and a house here. I'll have to come up with a new design because I don't have a house design set that'll fit here. Because I did build some in creative. I know that's shocking because I normally don't build anything in creative. I didn't even build these buildings in creative. I usually just wing it because by the time I get done in creative, it's might as well just build it in survival for real. So it's kind of it's not a waste of time, but for me it's March. I might as well just use my time to actually build it in real life as opposed to doing creative. But I did do creative for these houses and my spawn house, which I am going to build someday. I am aiming to build that before the very last day of the server. Oh no, server's restarting. Okay, so I'm going to take a break in about 4 minutes. And then when I come back, I'm just going to work on those buildings. And I probably will just pop right into a time lapse and show you, just show you each building as I build them. You won't see me building the buildings except in a time lapse. So I think that'll work out better. Then it won't be as tedious. Like I said, I'm going to build my spawn house before the very last day of the server, which is no time soon. So don't worry about that. It's not like we're going to end really soon. I think we're just going to keep upgrading for a little bit with the new versions, because I noticed the way their new, I don't know, what do they call them? Hot patches or drops or whatever fancy name they're trying to come up with it. The new, the updates, we'll see how long it lasts coming on a regular basis, because almost nobody ever sticks to a regular basis when they do an update. But they all seem to be much smaller and not as extensive and intrusive as some of the other updates. So we may be able to get away with, just upgrading the server and then sort of doing a refresher to get any new biomes and stuff, and then use the new items to modify and build new things. Or we may just toss it all out and start at some point, which we will probably, because it's always good to start over at some point. But I am not near finished with this because I've kind of been slacking off the last few whiles. Although real life has been busy, especially in summer. I think the server is going to start any minute now. So when I come back, we will be into a time lapse, and I'll give you a little tour of each building as I get them done. Okay, I got my first house done. So let's take a little look at it. Keep it with the modern design that matches the rest of the buildings around here. Lots of windows, so you get lots of light. On the outside, we have just a little seating area, little dining table here. Got the same back here, just a few chairs so you can sit here and look out over the water. Sit and enjoy the nice warm fireplace. We'll just go in the back door. So we got a nice cozy little kitchen. I guess it's a galley kitchen. Although, do galley kitchens, they have an entryway to each side, I think. Just a small little kitchen. And we got a 1-bedroom here. 2 beds, but 1 bedroom. And then we have a living room over here. So I tried to keep it nice and comfortable and kind of stretching the modern design on here. So I think I've caught that modern aesthetic here. So I guess that's the first one. Now we need to move on to the next one. Okay, so I've added a fountain over here because this was too small to add a new house in here. I thought I'd take advantage of the space. We got a nice big water feature. You know, kind of like we got little water features over there. Some benches people can sit on here and relax and look over the river. And then we have our new house here. Tried to go with a little bit of a different design. I had another one. I didn't plan this ahead of time. I just sort of built it as I went along. So it's going this kind of weird architecture there. So we go in, we have our main front area. I kind of put a little partition here so we have a bench staring out into, we have a nice little patio overlooking the river again. So these guys got a good river view. We have this. Figure maybe we got, like a bench here, and maybe there's like a TV that drops down. You can't see it because it's hidden in the ceiling. How's that? Tiny little kitchen, I guess. Kitchenette. It's got a kitchenette, some seating. Maybe this is like a rental house or like a little vacation house for these people. More seating. And then got, lots of seating and then some sleeping area. And then out looking over the river. So I kind of like this. This is nice and airy and spacious, but still a little cozy in some places. So that is the second house. I initially planned to get like 3 or 4 houses in here, but I kind of changed it up because I had like 3 houses going down here and 3 houses going down here, and then a tiny little alley in front of this. And I changed my mind because I think it looks better with the open design here. So I guess if I add another house, it's going to be over here someplace, but I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what kind of house to add. I need to add my enchanting table someplace. Maybe I will add one more house over here, a tinier house. And then maybe my enchanting library would be here. So I kind of need to extend this road out straight. Put a small house here. And then, this would be an enchanting area here. I need to give it some separation from this building. Maybe extend this road all the way down. And get rid of the iron golem pin. But I think I will do that in the next episode. Because it's I'm getting a little long in time for this one, and I don't like to go too long on these. But that does mean maybe I may actually get this next video out before Christmas. How's that? It seems like I go in with the best intentions and I get the video ready and I make one. It's like, oh yes, I'm going to jump into it and I'm going to make 3 or 4 videos and we're going to get them out. And all within a couple weeks or each week for a month or so. And then a month and a half later, I finally get around to putting out another video like this one. So hopefully if I quit now, I've got plenty I can jump into right to start with, and then you'll have a new video out very soon. But until then, you guys all have a great day, and I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.